Where's everybody at? Hey, North Fishing. That sucked. All right, Travis. Should I delete that one, Bob, or should I cut that part out? What do you think? I don't know, Patrick. What up, Chubbs?
What's up? What did you have a streaker?
No. Freaking copyright.
Was that?
Yeah.
Someone showing their shit off or something?
No.
Yeah, it was
Man, Griffin, sorry, dude. I didn't mean that to have that happen to you, dude.
No,
Lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned. Don't show the whole clip.
I want to change my avatar to a message for someone's company.
Don't. That might get him kicked.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello
Griffin,
there.
I am sorry. I really am.
We were talking about
sorry.
this. We think you can appeal that because that was totally fair use.
I do think it was fair use.
We
We
were
were talking
discussing
about
it
the
the
subject,
whole time.
and I think it was fair use. But you're gonna have to.
Yeah, but we also called it, fake and stuff too. So then,
Well, it is.
Down with ship.
Everything that he
You're
does
gonna
is fake.
have to go to YouTube and say, "Hey, this was fair use, man. We were talking about the subject, and we talked about it while it was playing, and
Even so, if he has to dispute it, the stream won't pop back up for
Right,
another
right,
3-4
exactly.
weeks anyway.
Right.
until the dispute is settled."
Look
So
what Bob's saying.
Yeah.
Read the copyright
Copyright
rules. Yeah.
thing because you use
Have
somebody
to read
else's
the copyright rules.
another channel without getting permission from them.
Yeah.
my bad, Griffin. I'll never do it again
Yeah.
on anybody's stream.
Fair use. Fair
What you
copyright
talking
isn't
about?
fair use
What's up,
though.
Bob?
Right.
Fair use. You can use copyrighted material.
Yeah. That's the whole idea. That's how all those people got away with all those reaction videos,
Yeah.
where they would play a music video and then react to it.
Yeah, but they were playing
And
clips
they
of
claimed
it. And
they claimed fair use.
Yeah.
And maintaining it at 15-second clips.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Did you see what they did right there? Yeah, I like that."
But
and
actually,
then resuming play. That's all you have
actually
to do
think
is
this
just be like, "You
was
see
fair
that? I
use.
like that."
Except they
Because
have
we
changed
were
those
actually
copyright
talking
rules.
about
And they don't
that
exist like that
subject.
anymore. They have changed those rules, and I know this because I just looked it up a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was streaming, or we were going around on my stream with other people's streams pulled up, so we could chat about it with them while we were there, and so it got mentioned, and so I went digging around to look at it, and they have changed those rules. So, like I've put on FishTuber, I've actually put an agreement clause on there so that if I were to do that again, I could go to YouTube and go, "Hey, look, I have a signed agreement clause, so we can do that." But
Yeah.
but yeah, normally you can't do that. They've changed those rules, and fairly recently,
petunias.
just like in the last couple of months.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, you'd think that you're on YouTube, you should be able to play another YouTube video on YouTube.
Especially if you're
You would think,
mentioning
except-
the other channel, talking about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You
If
would
think-
it's part of the subject matter, absolutely.
But they just don't want to get involved in freaking frivolous lawsuits. I mean, that's what it comes
and
down
then
to. They don't want
also,
to get stuck
it's
in the
not
middle of that
like
shit.
there's
Well,
an
according
actual
to them,
like
they have immunity.
potato
They
junkie.
have 230
listening
immunity, so
to
they
the
wouldn't get sued
stream
at all
and
anyway.
being
I don't
like,
think it's a
"Oh,
matter
they
of getting
mentioned this.
sued.
I
They
have
still
to
have to go
cut
to
it."
court.
Like it's automated, and
Right.
there's-
It's robots.
yeah. It's just like it just like automatically figured it out, and it's like they're playing somebody else's stream, so just shut it down. Like
Right.
somebody checks in on it later, maybe
Yeah.
if you dispute it. Otherwise, it's just all automated.
So
I think we would win the
How long
fair
how
use
long-
rule, but like you said, it's all
Go ahead,
it's
Griff.
all robots that went. Oh, they're
How long
playing
does it-
another video.
How long would it hit me
and-
for copyright?
Say that
I mean-
again, Griff.
How long would it give me for copyright?
You would
It's
know.
just on
You'd have
that
an email
video.
already.
Yeah.
It'll just say your video was taken down because of a copyright strike.
yeah.
I ain't got nothing yet.
No, well, that's weird.
You probably will.
Mm.
Give it a minute.
Yeah,
But,
it might show up in the morning.
The
So-
robots
so-
are slow.
All
But
the
how long does his strike last? Is what he's asking.
on that
Well,
video, it'll
it
last forever.
depends. Number one,
Unless
I
you take
say
it
he
down.
should dispute it and claim fair use,
Yeah.
and it'll
Um,
go away instantly if he wins.
That's not an option in the dispute process.
But
'cause
you have
listen-
to have 3 or 4 before YouTube actually really gets mad at you.
Anyway, I get copyrighted all the time for the music I use in my Tuesday night music and fish, but I own the licenses on them. So they send me the copyright thing. I go in there and say, here's the license, kiss my ass. And about an hour later, they come back and say, okay, well, it's clear now. But
30
It only
days.
Bob
takes
says
an hour
if you
view.
get three strikes in 30 days, YouTube gets pissed.
See, it's like almost every one of my edited videos has a copyright claim on it because of and it's always the very first section that I have like a time lapse, and it's just the music playing in the background.
right.
But it's always like it's public domain music that I have, and all I do is go in there and dispute it and just say it's the free music that came on the free video editing software on my computer. And I always win, but it takes a couple weeks most
Yeah.
of the time for the copyright to actually fall off.
You know
But
what
I'm
I
not
do?
monetized anyway, so it's not like I'm
That's
missing
the
out
only
on
time
anything.
it counts. Yep, that's the only time it counts. If
But
you're
I still-
monetized,
When I eventually get to that point, like I want to be able to make money off of
Hey,
these
wait a
old
minute.
videos.
A copyright
Go get a
owner,
job.
a copyright owner using contact ID has claimed some material in your video. As a result, your video has been blocked and no longer be played on YouTube. This is not a copyright strike.
Well, it has to tell you.
It does not affect your account status.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So you
so-
didn't
right.
even get a copyright strike. They're just nailing you
No.
just to.
But
So
Right.
no,
But you
but
can
it
still
still has to
dispute
tell you
it.
what video it's for.
The live stream he was just
Oh, I gotta
on
go.
when I
Y'all have a
played
good one.
that.
See y'all later.
No, but it tells you what
But,
instance. Like,
See,
oh, you
Chubbs.
played Adam what's his name's video. That's what's being claimed. You played the guy getting shot in the school. That's being claimed. It tells you what's being claimed.
But what it does, okay, is it took the video down, so the only watch hours he gets credited for is the people that was in the stream.
Correct.
He will not get watch hours from there on out of people rewatching his stream.
But
They said it's been-
most live streams,
it's been
how many people actually rewatch live streams?
Yeah, no.
I've sometimes rewatched some.
Listen, my
Oh,
live
I
streams, I
catch
get
it on
over
replay.
100 and some.
It depends on which one, like, and what I'm
Yeah,
doing. Because sometimes if there's no like current live stream
They
going
took it
and I'm
down.
bored and doing work, like I'll put on an old one and just have people talking or whatever while I'm doing.
While you're
tapings.
doing something just to keep
'Cause-
your mind entertained.
right.
Griff,
'Cause it's
Griff
just me and my
said he
animals.
took it down. They took it
They
down.
took it down.
It's like I guess I could probably call my mom or something and talk to my
I
mom. about the
apologize if it
maintenance.
was if it was the video. If
I mean,
it was
that
the,
would be the nice thing to do.
Right.
I apologize, Griffin, and I'll never do that to anybody's stream ever
Bye,
again.
Mike.
Well, look, I can poke him again.
Not Mike.
But we can take Adele's phone, and Adele can show on her phone the same video, and it's not going to get.
Wait, how
strike.
do we know it wasn't for that? Like maybe it was for Fuzzy Squirrel or
Yeah,
Foamy
No.
Squirrel or whatever it was.
I didn't play that much of it. I only played like 10 seconds at a time.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Don't show other people's videos or stuff at full length. We
Right.
learned a lesson tonight.
We hope we learned a lesson
Yeah.
tonight.
I know I did. Oh,
I got my twice a day blue screen. Cute.
Oh, hell. Me and Adele got to keep Rockford in line.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna be able to do that. Seriously? You're holding me in pretty high esteem there, Skipper.
I know. I do that a lot.
All you got to do is charm Griffin into muting him.
Griffin.
Damn it, that just killed the whole fucking... Oh, excuse my French.
What happened?
That whole thing just killed it. Like, we was having so much fun.
Right. And now it's just like now the only thing that we can talk about is how much that sucked.
I think I might be able to keep my watch hours for that.
Yeah, I think you do. I think you do.
Man, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it
Sometimes
says
I feel like the
video
watch
received-
hours don't update right away.
Video received.
I will say
The
this
power-
though. I'm sorry, I stepped away, so I don't know what you guys were talking about. but I will say the whole reason this happened, you can thank Disney and Mickey Mouse.
Hell
Really?
yeah.
That's where we're going. Yeah, it's just
That's exactly
The real
why
Hitler.
the American copyright laws are the way they are.
Yep.
Before Mickey Mouse, it was
Disney
you made a
ruins
song.
everything.
You had a copyright for a little while. It was just like a couple years or whatever, and Disney like just changed the entire rules because he didn't want to give up rights to Mickey Mouse. And he made it to where, well, I own these rights forever. So
But it's not
Yeah.
forever.
he screwed up he's the whole reason we have the copyright laws we have in the United States now, which are totally screwed up.
Disney ruins everything.
I don't know. I don't think anything's wrong with the copyright systems. What is it? Anything published before 1950
George, you're awesome.
now
buddy.
is off copyright.
Right.
So the
is
first time somebody makes the chord progression GCD now owns the right to like every other song that use G, C, and D.
I don't
No.
think it works that way.
It
No, it
does
doesn't work.
absolutely work.
It doesn't work like that at all.
It most certainly does.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work right.
That's how
the court case with that one rapper and Katy
Bittersweet.
Perry
Look up
last year.
Bittersweet. Look up
proves that wrong.
Bittersweet Symphony and see how it works.
Yeah, but there was just a court case last year with Katy Perry over the Dark Horse song. She won. Another person claimed that the musical notes that they used, they made that back in the 80s or something, and it's our nope. Sorry, you lost.
Look up Bittersweet Symphony.
That and like for publications, maybe it's different for music and publications, but publications, anything before 1950 is off copyright now.
Yeah, it's public domain. But 1950 is when Disney took everybody to court, and nothing after that is public domain anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has
You
to
know
go-
what,
it
though?
has to go
If
a
it
certain
hadn't
amount
been-
of year.
If it hadn't been Disney,
like,
it would have been somebody else.
They just opened up more stuff than last year. It's
Yeah.
in more in public domain. Every year they release more stuff in public domain because it's more. It's like 1950 till now. That time span. That's how long it is.
That is true.
I-
Though,
Yeah,
you know,
Disney was the guy that made it that long.
I don't think anybody's arguing that point.
It started there.
But I mean,
Then-
like, you know,
that's later.
it would have been somebody else. If it hadn't been Disney, it would have been somebody
Disney
else.
stopped using Mickey Mouse for, say, what is it, 30, 40 years, whatever the time span is. He would lose the copyright. That's why the Transformer. That's the problem with Transformers. They're always recycling the names to keep the copyright on the name. That's why multiple Transformers have the same names in different series. It's a big spider web of crap.
Which brings us to fish. What do we know about fish? Let's see. There's
They swim in water.
they do swim in water.
I
Sometimes
actually,
they
have-
swim in water.
I'm
Sometimes
shipping
they
out
swim
some
in
plants
dirty water.
tomorrow.
I
I'm
actually have a
Sometimes
question on
it's cold
fish.
water, sometimes it's warm water.
You have an actual question on fish?
Yeah,
But
but
it's
it
actually
kinda
going to be about
comes-
fish.
Yes, it is actually about fish. The new betta fish,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
the glow in the dark fish.
I have two of them.
Oh god.
I've been told if they breed, you can't sell them.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Because
That
That
is
is
correct.
correct. You
copyrighted.
cannot,
They have a
well,
copyright
here's
on the
the
betta.
thing.
Copyrighted
You
and
cannot
not part
sell
of public
a
domain.
glow betta.
But you
can
never
sell
signed
a
anything.
neon betta.
There you go, Danny.
Wouldn't
You
that have
can
to be a
sell
signature
a
contract saying you can't sell it?
Blacklight betta.
It's
But
just
you
like the
can't
GMO
sell a
foods, man. They've
glow
got
betta.
copyrights on the
You're buying a
Genetic
genetically
production, so-
modified
Okay, so what's the
organism
difference
with a
between-
copyright.
Okay, but
What?
I'm
You
buying
can
a weed
resell
whacker with a trademark and a
50,
copyright. I can still
50
sell that.
years later, when it becomes public domain, you might be able to sell them.
No, listen. You
I
can
don't-
resell them. You call them neon betas. You don't say glow beta.
Oh
You
yeah,
say
glow,
neon beta.
the name glow beta is copyrighted, but the fish itself isn't. That,
I
that
think
was
the
my
gen-
question.
Bullshit.
Okay.
The
No, I
fish
think the
is
genetic code is
copyrighted.
copyrighted. Yeah.
People
I think-
are doing it.
Your genetic code is copyrighted. My
Pepper-
genetic code is
doesn't mean it's
copyrighted.
legal.
I understand people are doing it. Okay, I get it. People are doing it. But if the company, if Monsanto wants to go after you, they can go after you.
And I think they lose. I guarantee
They
you,
will
I think
not
they lose.
lose.
I
They
think
will
they would.
100% win every
Yeah, I
time.
think
And
they'll
the
win,
courts
too.
have
Unless
already
the
shown
genetic
it.
code
You bought that
changed.
fish. That fish is now your property.
If
No,
the
it doesn't-
genetic
it doesn't-
code
Negative.
changed,
Just
You
like the car that you
not
just bought is your
copyrighted.
property.
Yes, if the genetic code changed, it's not copyrighted. That is correct. However,
the genetic
just,
code changed. Yeah.
just like Monsanto's corn and their tomatoes and everything else, it is genetically copyrighted. And if you were to resell or be able to produce seeds from it and sell that seed, they would come after you. And I think it's the same way
Right.
with fish.
Right, but here's the thing. So if you have a green glow male and a green glow female, and you mate those two, you cannot sell any of their offspring because that genetic code
It's going to
is
be the same.
copyrighted. But if
Well,
you
by
made
law, then
one
they
with
would have to buy
another
'em.
beta and you change the genetic code,
Then
think
it's
that-
free game.
then
But
it's
the
free
genetic
game and
code-
you can sell it as a neon beta. And
But the
you can
genetic
breed
code would have
those
already
fry and
changed.
maintain a different line if you want, but you have to change the genetic code.
Right. Agreed.
Okay, so if you have a male beta and a female beta, they would both have two different genetic codes.
No, not if they're
Right,
from
but
not if
both
they're the
are-
same manipulated code that you-
Yeah. It's the same
One would have an
manipulated
XX, one
form
would
of
have an XY
CRISPR
cor-
within them. Yeah.
It would be two different genetic codes.
that listen, I'm sure they copyrighted the XX and the XY. All right.
Exactly.
So I mean, like
And now the babies would have a third genetic code.
no, they wouldn't.
Negative.
They'd be
No,
the same.
that's not how genetics work, Roundhouse.
Mike, Kenny.
Not in this case, like because they've
Right,
been
Kenny.
like inbred
Yeah,
so
Kenny.
long and
See, I don't see how they can say you can't sell something you own. You bought it. That would be like buying a car and saying you can't sell the tires. Off the
Have
car.
you been listening to what Mike's been saying about farmers that have been bitching about this forever?
Yeah.
If you own a farm and your neighbor across the highway uses a GMO seed by Monsanto, and his seed just accidentally blows across the road, you have to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Well,
sue him for littering. I would sue the other one for littering. You littered your pollen onto my land.
Roundhouse, you always do this. Every time there's a thing that is as flat
could-
base as it could possibly be, you always
It's
say,
flat
"Well, I
base.
would do," but you wouldn't
not
do
flat
because
base.
you really couldn't get away with it. I mean, the truth of the matter is, you can say you
cannot
would, but you
sell
wouldn't get away
a
with it.
genetically
you can get away with because
modified
it hasn't been tested yet.
organism without the copyright. You just can't do it.
It's
I mean, you
like what
can
Bob said
illegally.
right there. Bob had a good little analogy right there. You can't buy a car and replicate it.
Exactly.
Like you
They
can't
do
go
it all
buy
the
a
time.
Ford Mustang and then start producing Ford Mustangs and sell them as Ford Mustangs.
Well, no, you'd sell them as something else. You'd
And
sell 'em as a-
Skipper had the
as
right
a-
idea. You just
as a
call him
Rockford
something
jalopy.
else.
yeah,
you
that's
know,
all you got.
And it's not
Yeah.
like
Because
Tetra,
if you look,
because I think
cars,
Tetra
if you look,
is
many
the
cars look the same.
Tetra's
But
the
I mean,
main
a lot of
company
people
that's
sell
gonna
things
come at
illegally
you.
already. So what's it really matter?
So
I mean-
Skipper's got the right idea. You just call him something different, and chances are Tetra's not gonna track you down and sue you for copyright infringement.
But if you want to be really sticky about
But
that,
they
they're
can.
probably not. But
They can
could.
if they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think the only way that's illegal is if Tetra would be forced to buy the babies from you. They'd have to give you the money for those babies
No, they wouldn't.
because those babies are yours to sell.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they're not. They're copyrighted material. It's the same thing we've been talking about since the stream started.
But a child doesn't have the same genetic structure as either parents.
Actually, they have the exact same genetic structure of
As
both
both
parents.
Right.
Yeah, which would be a third genetic structure.
Negative, Ghost
No.
Rider. They have the. It's
No, he's correct.
You have genetic structure A, or you have genetic structure 1, which is coded ABCD. You have genetic structure 2, which is coded MNOP. You mix the two, you'll have ABMNOP.
Okay,
That's a
but
third
here's
genetic structure.
except it's all copyrighted.
yeah.
You can't
Here's,
copyright.
hold on, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Let me explain. Okay, so
You're both
Yeah,
right.
they're close
if you're
enough.
talking about two different people, you're correct because neither one of those people are copyrighted.
Well, that
But
goes
if you're
back to
taking
what
two
Danny is
animals
saying.
that are both copyrighted from the same place because they both genetically were created in the same place, they're going to have the same genetic code when they mate.
Right.
Danny was saying if you
And that's why
took
you're both right.
a normal, just a normal, regular, everyday, old school beta,
Yeah, I'm not
and
talking
then,
about
and
people.
then mated
Everyday,
it
normal
with
guy.
a tetra, then you wind up with a third genetic strain. But if you take a GMO tetra owned beta and breed it with a tetra GMO beta, you're gonna get a tetra owned GMO beta.
Correct. But you throw a different
Instead of
fish in
tickling
there.
him with a feather,
But it's
can I
still
slap him with a fish?
it still wouldn't be the same as the parents.
Yes,
they
it
would be
would.
a mix
The
of the
part-
two.
the
They
part
would
that is
have the
copyrighted
same
would be the
genetic
structure.
But those
markers.
mixes are still owned.
They would
You
have
can't
the
own
same
something that
genetic.
owned.
Then they'd have to show paperwork that they own that genetic structure.
they
which
would
is-
sue the shit
Yeah,
out of you.
they have
They
the
do because of the
markers
inbreeding.
on their patent. I mean, it's
happening,
on
Griff?
their patent that says if this fish has these genetic markers,
It's
we
the
own
end
them.
of the world as we know it.
So
Okay,
Adele has a
again,
fish,
you're
and Griff
speaking
has
of it in a
tweezers.
cloning sense, but breeding isn't cloning. The
Oh,
any animal does not have the exact same.
I never said it
Ge-
was cloning.
but
If
that's the
that
only way to
particular
own.
fish has those markers, it's copyrighted. Period.
Wow.
Oh, then you can't breed because half of your genetic structure has been copyrighted.
No, because they weren't genetically created in the first place.
All right,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
enough.
But
half of your
anyway.
genetic structure,
Whoa,
half of
I'm
human
going to
genetic
bed.
structure has been copyrighted.
She's back.
No,
So
it's
you know
enough.
that's why I don't
Come
understand.
on,
'cause-
Roundhouse, you can't honestly be arguing this question. I think you're just playing devil's advocate. Because
No, I'm
you
serious.
have to understand this, right?
Okay.
I think
If
Skip is
A
gonna
is
have an
wrong, then B
aneurysm.
has to be wrong. Half of your genetic structure has been copyrighted. Copyright is a copyright. It doesn't matter if it's been genetically altered. It's a copyright. They own it. So your children are not yours. They're illegal. You can be sued for having children because
No,
people
because
own
I
half of
wasn't
your genetic
genetically
structure.
created. I was not
Doesn't matter.
made in a test tube, dude.
Copyright is
If I was-
copyright.
If I was genetically created, if I were a clone genetically created, then that might be the case, but I'm not.
But it's a
But those
copyright.
fish are. There is no copyright on me.
Yeah, there is.
No, the fuck there is not.
Yeah, there is. Half of your genetic structure has been copyrighted by big pharma companies.
No, the fuck it has not.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't. And this is just one of those stupid.
Wow.
This isn't even an argument. This is just it's ridiculous, is what it is. I am not copyrighted in any way, shape, or form. There is no copyright on me.
Are you not a
However,
human?
those fish are copyrighted.
I mean, he's
let me rephrase
really
that.
stretching here, and he's basically saying that since our genetic code is so close to corn, and they have a genetic patent
that's not what
on
I'm saying at all.
corn, we are also copyrighted because of how close the genetic patent is to our own genetic pattern. And
But
like,
that's totally
That's not
incorrect.
what I'm
he's
saying.
reaching here. But anyway, I'm going to bed,
Yeah,
guys. Good night.
conspiracy.
That's nothing what I'm
All right,
saying.
Danny.
Yeah,
Bye,
I'm getting
Danny.
pretty goddamn close myself.
Yeah, I'm heading that way soon. I would like to see this cleared up first, but I don't think I have the patience for it.
I don't
But-
think you're going to between Roundhouse.
Well,
Mike
all
and
know
I
is-
agree.
Is over 50% of the human genome. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. The human genetic structure has been copyrighted.
By
That's
who?
fact.
By who?
Big pharma companies.
No.
They use
no,
it to make
no.
medications.
Incorrect. Incorrect. So
Can
Well,
you
then
find
where do all these
information
copyrights
about that
come from?
statement?
where did what all?
Can-
Well,
can
what,
you-
I want proof of
I'd have
your
to look for it
statements
again.
because I
We
think
got-
it's
we
all
got-
bunch of crap.
Roundhouse, the biggest conspiracy theorist that's ever been.
well, not
on
the biggest.
fish
No.
fam.
Listen, we got a lot. We have Vinny around too. Vinny's pretty good with the conspiracy. theory.
And
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah, you
It's
need to go
like,
talk to
come on,
Vinny about
enough's
this
enough
stuff.
already. And
I thought
GRB, we aren't talking about Tetra as a species. We're talking about Tetra as a
As
company.
a company.
Tetra,
Two
yeah, the
entirely
company.
different things. Tetra is a company. I think they're based out of the United States, but they do 90% of their business in the East.
Yeah.
Somewhere over there.
Actually, the microbeads
Right,
that
Skipper.
I feed my guppies are Tetra.
I had to go, Skip. Dude, trust me, Skipper. That's why I was being quiet the whole time, or trying to be quiet.
Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is, I don't mind these debates. I do because they.
No,
they
I
allow-
love
you know,
these debates.
Yeah.
These
There's
debates are
a difference
fantastic.
between
Really
debate
smart.
and
They teach people that there are things out there in this hobby that you need to be aware of. I
Yeah.
guess.
I never said the whole thing was copyright. Half of it's copyright.
thanks,
yeah, patent
Chewy.
is the correct word. You know, part of the problem was we were using the wrong word, and lunatic is correct. It's patent, not copyright.
Yeah.
But-
To have a
Okay. I
copyright, you have
said
to
the
have a
wrong
patent.
word.
and
Oh,
the
that's
human
why
genome
I'm
is
messing
not-
up because I'm like, how do you can't copyright it.
Wait
That's
a
what I was-
minute. How
okay.
are you messing up, man? You were well into this argument before you didn't even think of saying, well, the word you're looking for is patent. Yeah,
No.
they're
We are not going to start that, Bob. That's not how this rolls over here. I will never
It's
belittle
usually-
somebody because they have different beliefs.
No.
Only snowflakes do that.
what's the difference between patent and copyright?
A lot. A copyright is usually about written word. It essentially relates to entertainment type stuff, whereas a patent has to do with the
Patent is more of an
articulate.
idea.
Well, yeah, it's more of a physical thing as opposed to like written word or entertainment or those kinds of things. Copyright relates to books, whereas patent relates to things, basically.
Like a
No,
weed whacker
yeah.
would be patented.
Right.
A lawnmower would be patented.
Of course, that gets fuzzy when you're talking about like computer
design for
code
car.
too, because
A bicycle
All right,
would be
so
patented.
they're patented instead
Intellectual
of
property, yeah.
copyrighted, except they get a copyright symbol everywhere you see them. So
Which means it's a null and void.
well, no, the
they're-
copyright symbol is for the name. That is for Neon Beta. That's the copyright because that's the
Goldfish, you
word.
mean?
No, beta. We were talking about glow betas, right?
Yeah,
So-
the glow is what's copyrighted.
Well, the whole word
Glow-
glow beta is copyrighted, and probably so is glow goldfish and glow tetra
all right,
and glow
so
whatever.
they go hand in hand. Copyright and patent go hand in hand.
Well, no,
Yes,
not
they don't.
necessarily, because I can.
Because a map cannot
listen.
be patented.
In this
can be
particular case,
copyrighted.
they do.
In this particular case, they do, but there's still two separate things. Like I can copyright Florida Fish Rescue. That's my name. I get to copyright it, but that doesn't mean that I have a physical product that has a patent.
Right. I
Yeah.
get it now.
It just
So
means
I
that
did-
can't
I
use
will
this
give you
thing
this
without his
roundhouse. I
permission.
misspoke and I said copyrighted when I should have said patent.
But either way,
But the
argument's
basic
still the same.
gist of the whole argument goes the same way.
Anyway,
It's patented.
Adela's like, anyway.
I'm gonna have to buy a couple bettas and kill them and do genetic testing on them, and then
Oh my
do
God.
babies and do genetic testing on those. We're gonna do a Bill Nye experiment.
oh god.
Well, you don't have to kill them to do that. You can take.
I
Just
don't.
you
I,
can
I'm
take a
fairly
fin.
certain Bill Nye's
Oh.
not cool with just killing fish.
Yeah, I would think he wouldn't be. Bill Nye's kind of a
Wow.
You'd
kind
be
of a-
surprised at
taking care of animals kind of
what
dude.
that non-scientist is all about.
Oh,
He's not
stop
a
it!
doctor. He's an engineer.
Stop
Oh
it!
my gosh.
Okay, I had enough. Really, that's it. I have
Bye.
my limit.
Right, Terry.
Not there.
Night, Terry.
No,
I didn't
I'm
say I
heading
was going to go off. I'm just going to shut
You
up
just-
and let this guy
Oh.
talk.
Oh, I thought you said, oh, I've had enough. I thought you were going.
I did. I've had enough. I talked enough on
Anyone
this
that has-
subject. That's it. I'm not going to say another word about it.
Hold on. Let's clear up this. Bill Nye isn't a scientist fact thing. Okay.
He's not
So-
a doctor.
So I don't have a degree in any science related thing. However, I know enough about science that I can call myself a scientist because I know how to test scientific theory. So therefore, I
But
am
he doesn't
a
know how to
scientist.
test scientific theory.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. I mean, yeah, he totally does. In fact,
Well, not on everything.
I'm
'Cause
sure
the
there are a
video
few
I
things
watched,
here.
there was no scientific properties in his speech at all.
Is
Yeah, he was
at all-
claiming there was.
Which speech are we talking about?
Roundhouse, do you have
I wouldn't
any
want to get into
friends?
it here. I'll get into it on mine.
I'm just throwing it out there, Roundhouse. Do you have any friends? You know,
yeah.
people
Don't
that
go
just
there.
want to
Don't,
hang
Terry,
out
don't
with
go
you.
there.
Don't go
Terry,
there.
don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go there. Don't go there. But Roundhouse, the question that I have for you is that
God dang.
have
man.
you made any scientific study of your own to compare to the scientific study of other people? Because if you can't actually make a scientific study of your own, you don't have any place to claim that someone else doesn't. And I
The
can tell you
scientific
right.
study has already been done.
No, listen. I don't care what scientific study has been done. If you
You're
yourself are incapable of conducting a scientific experiment from
If I
beginning
had
to
the
end,
money, yes, I would be able to. Yes.
no, you can do little scientific experiments in your own house if you
It
understand
would
the
all be
scientific
genetic
process.
structure tests, though. It would all
No.
be genetic tests. Those are expensive.
You don't have to do that. You can get a plate and put a ball on it and put some water on it and do some tests. I mean, the point is, if you understand the scientific process, then all of a sudden, all those things you don't understand about science will suddenly start to become clear to you. But you have to know a little bit about science in order to make any kind of general decision about whether or not science is correct or not. And just deciding that it isn't because you don't like it or because you have a religious affiliation or whatever other things you might have.
No, just because it has no scientific basis whatsoever.
Who has no scientific?
Because
basis
Roundhouse
whatsoever?
is an expert on everything, and it is what it is.
It's not
Just
that Roundhouse
deal with
is or is not an expert on anything. It's that Roundhouse has decided that he has a belief system that he doesn't want to misconstrue with understanding other things, and that's okay. There are a lot of people that do that, but it's important that if you're going to talk about it, that at least you understand why it is that both sides have a place. So, and what happens is, unfortunately, once you discover that both sides have a place, you end up choosing the side of the one that actually makes sense, and it's usually the one you're not making any sense with. Do you follow me?
Yeah,
once
but
you
in
understand
this case,
science,
it's not that. Like I said, when my next stream, I'll tell you what video I'm talking about, because I wouldn't want to have anyone to shit a brick here.
I'll look. What
I guarantee you they will.
I will look.
So,
Well, bye, Adele.
Bye, Adele.
that damn crappy Canadian internet.
See,
No.
I keep seeing things in the chat that it's like Nye is a mechanical engineer and a children's show actor. Okay. So you're taking a past accolade or something that someone did in their past and assuming that they have not learned past that skill set. And that's ridiculous, because anybody who hasn't learned past that skill set hasn't changed in however many years. I am sure that Bill Nye practices real science all the time. And maybe at one point he was, and a mechanical engineer is a smart guy, by the way. Mechanical engineer understands stuff about physics that most people don't. And therefore, it's a reasonable progression into other things like earth science and biology and chemistry, all of which are things that I understand. See, I know them because I have studied them from top to bottom. So I would never claim that I am a certified or master's degreed scientist, but I understand science and can follow the scientific process through almost anything that I have the tools at my disposal to do so. And therefore, I will call myself a scientist of sorts. Scientific hobbyist, perhaps, but
yeah. But
besides
if you claim you're a scientist and you say fish can live on your counter without water, that's not science.
But as a scientist, I wouldn't claim that fish can live on my counter.
But yet, he did something similar.
What did he do that is similar?
What's the PG version of gender? There you go.
What about it?
Watch his video.
No, just tell me.
He's claiming the gender is XXXY. There's two genders.
Okay.
He's claiming because of feelings, there's more. Feelings is not a scientific method. Being sad and being happy isn't a scientific method of doing
Psychology-
anything.
Why are we
psychology
getting
and
into
sociology-
politics? Really,
we're
we're
not.
going
It's
to go here.
Psychology and
what words mean.
sociology are both scientific methods.
There's absolutely no reason to even remotely come close to getting into this topic on Griffin's.
No, there isn't.
Well, that's why I was trying to say. I'll tell him on mine, but he wanted to know, so I gave him the abridged version.
Let's just back off and pick another subject to talk about.
Move on elsewhere.
I just jumped in after getting a beer, and I'm like, no, we don't need to be talking about this.
Fish live on GRB's counter.
I would believe that, actually.
Yeah.
Wait. A mud skipper is technically a fish, right?
Yes, it
Mud
is
skipper
a
could live
fish.
on your
It
kitchen
has
counter.
gills, fins.
It still needs water though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I can put water in the sink. And
That
when
would
it
be
wants
living
to,
in
it
the
can-
sink, not on the kitchen table.
No, it can
Or
hang
on the
out on the
counter.
kitchen. They hang out of water as much as they hang out in water. So, I mean, it's a 50-50 deal. 50% he lives on my counter, 50% he lives in my sink. That's
We
totally besides
really
the point,
need
but it's a
to-
lot of fun.
No, it's an amphibian. Amphibians are not fish.
A mud skipper is an
my
amphibian? No, I
God,
think it's a
mud
fish.
skippers are fish. God dang it, man.
Yeah, I
Why
think
do
they
you
are.
got to argue with everything?
Because I know what fucking
Mudskippers
words
are
mean.
fish. They have
Amphibian means water and land. An amphibian is not a fish. An amphibian is a frog, and is a turtle an amphibian or a reptile? I'm not sure about a turtle, but a frog, that's an amphibian.
Hold on.
You can't say a frog is a fish.
It is an amphibious fish. Unfortunately, on this one, we have to go 50-50 again because though it is
Negative.
amphibious, it is actually a
They
fish
are
with gills
fish.
that breathes water. Yes.
It's a
But
fish
they are
that can
also-
live above water. There's
Okay.
other fish that can live above water. The walking catfish. The walking catfish can move itself from body of water to body of water.
That is
It's still a fish.
It's still a fish.
Nobody argues that. Just because it occasionally comes out of the water doesn't necessarily exclude it from being a fish. Mud skippers are fish.
Yes,
There's
fish,
there's actually nobody on the planet that knows about fish that's going to argue that comment.
Yeah, and it's of the goby family, so it is indeed genetically a fish. Because I have Google at my disposal.
Yeah, I can Google it.
Fish can come out of water. I gotta wait for my angelfish to come out of water now.
I don't think your angelfish is going to come out of water, but see, we're talking about two
Wait a minute.
two
Why
entirely
now
different
all of a
genus of
sudden?
fish.
Why do your angelfish have to come out of water?
Well, a fish can come out of water. You're saying a mud skipper's a fish.
Yeah,
A fish
so is
stays
a
in
walking
water.
catfish. So is a walking catfish, which is not a mud skipper; it's a walking catfish. And a mud skipper is of the genus Goby, therefore it is absolutely 100% a fish.
Yeah.
Roundhouse just wants to argue with
He
people,
does, he
man.
does. And I appreciate that, but
Which
for
I
playing
actually get. I kind of
Yeah.
understand it because I tend to.
we
argue
know
with
you
people
do,
too.
Terry. There's
But
no doubt about it. But
I
Roundhouse
pick
always
better
has to play-
topics to argue with people about.
Roundhouse just always likes to play devil's advocate, and I appreciate that because it does bring some, it can bring some entertainment value. The only problem is that Roundhouse, oftentimes you pick subjects that are always going to be sore to people. If you pick a subject that is
That's not my fault. They should get a thicker skin.
no, you pick subjects that are
You're not gonna meet too many people that have a thicker skin than I do. You can pretty much say anything with me, and I'll pretty much kind of run with the conversation. But yeah, sometimes you even derail me, and if you can derail me,
Some of them.
you're doing really good.
There are salamanders that actually, for instance, newts are a fully aquatic lizard
Yeah.
or salamander.
Just
Ain't
because
there farmers
an
like that
animal
too?
hangs out in an aquatic environment and a land environment doesn't make them all the same species
That is
or
correct.
the same type of animal.
That is correct. Some are fish and some are amphibians.
Some are amphibians. There's even some snakeheads, I think, that can live out of water. Most of the anabantoids to begin with. I mean, that's the whole idea. The anabantoids could,
Wait a minute, aren't betas anabantoids?
killifish.
Oh, would a plecostomus be the same
killifish.
thing as a mud skipper?
Killifish, they live in a body of water that dries up for 9 months out of the year.
Yeah, but they're
and then,
But
then
they're
it
not
fills
living, they're in
back
an
up and
egg.
Boom.
Yeah,
New
They're in
one.
an
egg
egg.
state. They are
They're
an
not
egg state.
living. It's an
But-
egg.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
a living. It's not a living fish. It's an egg. The living fish dies once the water goes away.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I have to bite my tongue. I have to bite my tongue. Bleeding now. Okay.
There's a whole crap ton of frogs that live their entire life in on land and in trees, but they have to lay their eggs in water so the tadpoles can survive.
Very nearly every frog, actually, I think, does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, axolotls aren't a fish, though, right? Axolotls are an amphibious.
They're salamanders that keep their gills, and they don't what's the crap? I'm drunk and I can't think of the term. Metamorphosize, you know, where they go up on land, they just kind of hang out in the water.
Right.
They don't go on land.
But they don't actually breathe air though either. They do actually use.
Yeah, they use functional gills.
Functional gills,
that's those crowns.
Right.
I'm sorry, my camera's not on because all my tanks are off, and my tanks are going to be off for like the next 7 days.
Your tanks are gonna be off for 7 days. Why? You got a algae bloom?
Dude, I've had an algae bloom for like the last 3 months.
Oh,
and
well,
yeah,
frickin-
it's time I gotta do something about
Run,
it.
run to Home Depot, get a freaking big freaking roll of silver foil, and wrap those sons of bitches. 3 days. In 3 days, you won't
The
have
way
any.
the tanks are set up, it wouldn't work.
Oh. Okay.
You know, it'd be really neat if I could just black out one tank, but I can't because they're all community lit, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's why the silver foil. You wrap a whole tank. I mean, wrap it like a sandwich, man.
Dude, all the tanks are right next to each other.
You don't have
How
any
am I
space
gonna
between
get
them?
how am I gonna get that wrap around when the tank is literally right next to
You don't have
another
any
tank?
space. You don't have any space between them at all.
No,
they
I
touch.
ain't got no tank. I have no.
And with the tinfoil,
The whole
you-
idea
the
was
government
to
won't be able to
put
control
as
their
many
minds.
tanks as I could in a small
Stop
space.
Stop it, Roundhouse.
I didn't hear him.
Get little tinfoil fish hats for each of the fish.
You know what? I honestly don't think Roundhouse believes in any of these conspiracy theories.
I don't.
think he just likes to
think
throw this shit out.
Roundhouse
Just
even
to,
knows what he's talking about.
I think he
to
just
be
likes to
honest.
throw this shit out there just to make us all go, God damn it, Roundhouse.
Yeah.
What was that place up in Alaska? Harp? Yeah, Harp. That's what it was called. Harp.
See my point. And what were they doing? They were trying to make the core of the earth create earthquakes or something. Just
Well, no,
against China or-
supposedly, I thought it was mind control or some shit like that.
Oh, I don't know. I've heard some of these
That
stupid
makes a
stories
lot
about
of sense. It really does.
Because if you're gonna mind control people, you would definitely do it from the North Pole.
Well, yeah, because the aurora. Well, no, because the same thing,
aurora borealis.
Yeah, seriously, it
Come
was the
on,
same thing
man.
with the Tesla power. It had to be in certain spots.
Stop.
You know, the Tesla power tower thing that
Yeah,
they did,
I know the Tesla power tower things. Yeah,
and it worked.
They've never been able to reproduce, but they do think that it might have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah. Hey, listen, there's another one that is all gyroscopes that they thought could have made it fly, but they haven't been able to figure that one out either. So I don't know. There's a lot of weird shit out there that you can theorize about it all forever, but until somebody actually comes and leaves a mushroom imprint on your face, you don't know it's real.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to come out with hover cars. That's what I'm waiting for because they can do it.
I mean, we have them. They're called freaking drones. They have drone cars, and they're freaking amazing.
He's
they're
more
working on
referring
magnets.
to a superconductor.
Yeah.
If you take a superconductor and cool it down really, really, really cold,
I get it. We're all gonna drive around in frozen cars.
You can magnetically suspend things.
Yes, and that's super cool. That is a super cool effect of gravity and
except it's not practical.
magnetism. No, it's not.
It's not even close to practical.
If they could super cool the rail and not the actual conductor, it would be. Because you could conceivably super cool a train rail so that it
and you just got sucked right into that, didn't you, Mike?
No, I mean conceivably
It's not
it could
practical.
be done. It's not practical. I'm just saying it could be done. It could be done.
You can super cool something to near.
What would
zero.
be cool though?
Real,
what would be cool?
true zero.
Listen.
On the
in
other
a
hand,
small area.
at one
but
point,
you
I'm sure
can't
they
do
thought
it.
that getting someone up off the ground and into the air was unpractical.
Yeah.
As technology grows, unpractical things become very practical.
So here's my thoughts on this. I want to start a skate park where where the skateboards are just on a super conductive piece of iron.
Super cool.
And then the kids can just hop on that son of a bitch and go cruising around upside down all over the freaking place.
Let me know when that happens.
I know, man. I've been
You would
trying
have
to
to
get
do the
somebody to fund it.
whole area as a magnet.
Yeah, I know. It would be cool as shit.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you could do it as an electromagnet. It'd cost you about $12,000 a freaking hour in electric bill, but you could do it, and then just hand these kids, super conductive skateboards, and just go.
You do know that this entire conversation
it's
is
ridiculous.
Derailed.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
If you do it by a river, you could probably get the electric for free. You can make your own electric.
Oh, you could. You could. Listen. We are allowed to have some fun with this shit if we want to. We know it's not going anywhere, but we can talk about it if we want. That would be cool, though.
Gary's afraid we're going to steal his ideas.
I don't have any ideas. I'm looking at chat going, yeah, you just derailed it to the point where everybody in chat is holding their head going, I have a migraine now.
Well, it's not my fault they can't follow.
Right now, everybody in chat is thinking, God, I wish I had one of those skateboards. Yep.
Yeah, no shit.
No, they're pretty much reaching for aspirin.
No imagination, Carrie.
Because that
no
means your
imagination.
brain, it stays inside the box. It doesn't ever want to think outside the box.
Honest to God, I swear to God, everybody on Griffin's stream, since I will admit it was my fault. I showed Adam ruins everything.
And Adam does ruin everything. He ruined
lady that got burnt. I admit it. I screwed him up. And I do apologize, Griffin. I really do. I didn't.
You did.
Well, actually, if you really want to think about it, Griffin was the one that let you share the screen.
Oh, shit. You're going to put it on Griff now?
No, that's not me, dude. I accept responsibility.
You didn't force Griffin to put your share screen up.
No, but he didn't know what was going to happen either.
I accept responsibility where responsibility is due.
Well done. Okay, so stop playing devil's advocate, Roundhouse. Jesus.
I'm sorry, devils don't exist.
No, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. You got the atheist on board here, brother.
I can't be a devil's advocate. They don't exist.
Well, no, you can still be the word. The word is the idea of the word is, to be running amok, just starting trouble just for shits and giggles, which is what you're doing. If you don't like the word devil's advocate, I'll say next time, stop doing shit for shits and giggles.
Oh, shits and giggles? No, that's a feather pick.
Oh, fuck me.
COC's gone.
The whole reason I do live streams is for shits and giggles.
Well, this is true. But yeah, there's no point in just picking on shit. We've got this friend of ours that comes over, and he's been a family friend.
That's why we don't make anything anymore, because people don't talk about crazy shit.
IHSP.
I agree with that.
Bird is a word. Bird is a word. Yeah.
Wait, the IHSP,
we
does that
just
mean,
need to stop this
bird
whole
isn't,
stream.
IHSP, the bird isn't
All
on
we
number
need to
one?
do is stop this whole stream and go, bird is a word. Bird is a word.
Oh, can you name that band?
I don't know. It might be copyrighted.
I ain't that goddamn old.
Come on, that was the 60s, man.
But I'll sing it. Bird is a word.
We do wish you would stop, though. I mean, like,
yeah, who sings that? Let's keep it that way. Don't quit your day job.
I mean, it's listen.
I can kind of say the same thing, Roundhouse.
If you know the rest of the song, listen. If you know the rest of the song, please regale us with it. But if you're just going to sing the same line over and over and over again, we're going to fight.
That's the whole song.
It's not exactly.
There is no freaking words.
Well, there's a lot of
bird is a word. Bird is a word. That's it's like a
everybody heard about bird.
It's
come on,
no,
man. Yeah,
all that has everybody heard about the bird.
See, there's more to it.
That is not part of the song.
Hey there, multiple aquariums. I can't believe you're silly enough to come up into this shit.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, damn.
Incidentally, have you ever had I can't believe it's not butter?
Yeah, it's not really.
Yeah,
I
it's
I
definitely
can
not
believe
butter.
it's not butter. Yeah,
Yeah, so can I.
it's not
That's-
a winner.
Honestly, I think we should sue them for false advertising.
I mean, either that or just don't buy it. It's not great. How are we getting the startup sounds of a new stream? What's happening? But yeah, no, that's not my favorite. I'm a man. It's got to be like, so my arteries are crying in utter
Not your
pain,
arteries, your heart.
but- well, both.
Read these guys.
I'll take the Land O'Lakes because you can fold the box up.
Because you can fold the
Griffin
box
is
up.
in chat with
And do the little
Adele.
picture
That
thing.
was Adele's voice.
That is,
I
yeah,
just
he's over
heard.
on Adele's stream. Is what's happening. He's left his own stream to go to Adele's stream. Griff, you rap
Is
bastard.
Adele
I
on?
talk about.
Is Adele on? Because I'll go to Adele's
Yeah,
stream.
Adele
in a
started the
heartbeat.
stream.
Yeah, Dale's on.
What? Adele is on? For
Yeah, she
real?
left. She left us and went and started her own stream.
Oh hell yeah! I'm out, man.
Because I mean, there's 17 people still hanging in this stream, and I guess we could point them all over there unless you want the watch hours, Griff. And actually, I'm not going to be here that long anyway. I got to get some freaking sleep.
You sleep enough when you're dead.
Yeah, except you know what? If I don't sleep sometime soon, I'm going to be dead much sooner. So I think I'll go with the sleep and hope for a little bit longer life. Yeah. Hey, Pops, inside. Come on, guys. All right,
Hey, let's head all head over to Dale's.
all right. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll see you there.
All right, keep your all fish streaming. See y'all later.
Chatters, we're heading over to Adele's if you want to go that way.
Yeah. See you later, multiple.
Instead of